What's it like working with Kanye?
I love working with Kanye, and I think he's such a raw creative in a real sense, in the sense that there's nothing that will stop him in terms of getting out his creativity, and he doesn't see any bounds between music and fashion and ideas. These are all things that are in unison, basically. You know what I mean? And he's been basically preaching that since the beginning of his career. Like, I'm not just a producer, a rapper, you know what I mean? And people were trying to give him the brick wall and say, and put him into a box and pigeonhole. And I think what he is going against is basically something that a lot of people who are truly creative feel, which is they don't want to be pigeonholed. They want to be able to express themselves in a multitude of ways. They want to be free and in totality and not be put in a box and seen one way. So I love working with Ye because I kind of identify with that myself, because I've worn a lot of hats. And I also think that as a creative, it's like you want to do the opposite thing as being someone in a cubicle. Like, you don't want to be the person behind the desk. Right. You know what I mean? You don't want the exact same routine, the exact same corporate life over and over again, living the same day over and over again, like Groundhog Day. Like, as a creative, you want to keep pushing yourself to new heights and learn new things. And because life is a journey, like he talks about, like how adults are stifled, like, compared to children. You know what I mean? Like you get on a desk and scream, like, and a kid can do that, and that's acceptable. But an adult can't do that. And if an adult does that, they'll be called crazy and stuff like that. So I think if you keep that of creativity, then you're pursuing life to its fullest, because life isn't meant to be like, oh, I'm 18 now, I'm going to live the same day over and over again for the next 60 years. Like, that's not what life should be. I mean, at least to me,
agree.
You know what I mean? So I think, basically the kind of creativity that I love, at least, is someone who embraces that to the fullest. And that can be so many things. But to me, if you're an athlete and you want to become a painter, or you're a musician and you want to design furniture, or, all that stuff, to me makes perfect sense. Like, it's not even a reach. Of course, like, you might have to learn some new skills, but the core essence of the thing, and like your desire to do it, and why you want to do it, is your desire to do it, is the same, right? Like, you want to express yourself, if it's a beat, or if it's a chair, or if it's a t-shirt, or whatever, a novel. Like, all these things come from the same root, and yeah, I mean, most likely, if you're good at one of those things, and if you can really break through and culturally say something that people haven't said before in, let's say, music, you can probably say something that people haven't said before in furniture design, like, because you have that sensibility within you.
That's very good to hear. And, like, definitely when you talk about, like, I always hear Kanye with a big misunderstanding. A lot of people don't understand his creativity, and he gets a lot of slack for being himself.
People will always and give flack to, and sometimes, in some cases, unfortunately, literally hate people who are free. That's what I've come to learn. If you are able to exert your full freedom, people are going to hate that. There are going to be people who come at you if you're flaunting your freedom. If you flaunt your freedom, there will be people who are mad. And Ye is an amazing example of that in every sense. He's just flaunting his freedom. Even petty shit that sometimes, Pete Davidson, whatever, like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is him just being free. Like, he's allowed to do that. He's allowed to express himself. Like, we're all allowed to do that. You know what I mean? That's why this country is great. And it's like, if we want to not use our freedom of speech, for instance, then we might as well not have freedom. You know what I mean? So I'm a huge believer, like, if you're not testing that stuff, if you're not constantly pursuing, what it means to be free, it's really easy to let that slip and one day wake up and you're not.